Good morning, Cullman. Thank you for tuning in to Cullman Today. I'm your host, Cheyenne Sharp, and today is Thursday, August 1st. We have a lot to look at in local news today, including information on United Way's Stuff the Bus, the library's birthday celebration, and the upcoming Sweet Tater Festival. All this plus sports, weather, and more. But for now, let's dive into the top stories happening in Cullman today. Earlier this month, United Way of Cullman County held a community-wide Stuff the Bus school supply drive to collect needed school essentials to hand out to the community's children as school is fast approaching. United Way Executive Director Stephanie Childers said, "We truly appreciate everyone pitching in to help back to school be a little easier for those in need." The drive brought in an astounding 21,000 school supplies that will directly benefit Cullman City and Cullman County schools. Next up, students from Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, and Slytherin took control of the Cullman County Public Library yesterday as part of the library's birthday celebration for the literary character Harry Potter. Like any birthday celebration, the staff at the library came prepared with Bertie Bott's Every Flavored Beans and Hagrid's trademark Happy Birthday Harry neon pink confection of a cake. Children ate and drank like witches and wizards at the Three Broomsticks. The library's Harry Potter celebration is only one of the ways the library and its staff hope to increase children's involvement in the library and magically bestow a love of reading and literature in all who come through the doors. To finish out our top stories, the Cullman City School and the Cullman City Police Department want to make everyone aware of a new traffic plan for Cullman Middle School for the upcoming school year. Cullman Police Department and Cullman City Schools worked together to configure a plan that was safe and efficient during the school's completion of construction. More details about the new traffic plan can be found on the Cullman Tribune's Facebook, website, or app. Now that we have the top stories out of the way, we're going to take a quick break before returning with sports.
Discover what's buzzing in Cullman with Community Matters, where every story pops off the page with local flair. It's the magazine that's got the inside track on what's now, what's new, and who's who. Get the lowdown on top eats and the 411 on recipes that'll turn up your summer cooking game. Relive our local team's triumphs on the sports fields and pencil in summer's hottest events for fun the whole family will love. Get your copy of Community Matters at the Cullman Tribune, any of the local businesses on screen, or scan the QR code.
Hello and welcome back. Now it's time to find out what's going on in the world of sports. Let's lead off today's sports segment with an update from Paris. Auburn's Sunisa Lee and Team USA put on a show Tuesday, winning gold in the women's artistic gymnastics team competition at the Paris 2024 Olympics. Team USA was dominant from the start, scoring a 171.296 and beating out Italy by almost 6 points. Lee competed in 3 events for the U.S. squad, going on bars, beam, and floor. The Americans kicked off the competition with a 44.100 on vault to open up with a major lead. They moved on to bars where Lee anchored with a team best 14.566, guiding the team to a 43.332. Team USA moved on to beam in the third rotation, and Lee was up once again at the top scorer for the squad, earning a 14.6 to push the Americans even further ahead from the competition. That score was tied for the highest of the day by any gymnast. Lee led off the final rotation with a 13.533 on floor, and teammates Jordan Childs and Simone Biles sealed the deal to secure gold for the Americans. Up next for Lee is the women's all-around competition, where she will defend her title. Competition kicks off today at 11:15 a.m. In addition, Lee will go for gold on the uneven bars August 4th and beam August 5th. Moving over to some stateside news, FCS preseason All-American teams were announced earlier this week, and UNA redshirt junior safety Edwin White Schultz earned a spot on one of the teams. White Schultz was named a preseason third-team All-American and is one of 9 players from the United Athletic Conference to earn preseason FCS All-American honors. Last week, White Schultz was voted the preseason Defensive Player of the Year for the UAC. The head coaches also voted him to the All-Conference preseason team. Last season, White Schultz was a first-team All-Conference selection and led the Lions with 87 tackles, including 49 solo. He added 6 tackles for loss, 3 pass breakups, a fumble recovery, a forced fumble, 1 hurry, and 2 sacks. UNA opens the 2024 season at the FCS kickoff hosted by ESPN Events on Saturday, August 24th at the historic Crampton Bowl in Montgomery, Alabama. The game will kick off at 6 p.m. against Southeastern Missouri and will be nationally televised on ESPN. That covers sports for today, but make sure to check with the Cullman Tribune each day for the latest in sports coverage from across the area. We'll be back after this message. Hello and welcome back to Cullman Today. Now it's time to speed things up with a news rundown. 4 stories in under 4 minutes. Leanne Benson, children's minister at Cullman Church of Christ Kids Ministry, along with participants in the ministry, have been collecting supplies to donate to local schools. This week, the group donated Clorox wipes, tissues, and much more for all of the teachers at Hanceville Elementary School. Cullman County Parks and Recreation is making plans and preparing for the introduction of fall with one of its largest festivals. The 28th Annual Sweet Tater Festival will kick off on Sunday, September 1st and run until Monday, September 2nd at Smith Lake Park. The event will feature live music and entertainment, arts and craft vendors, food trucks, resource booths, and more. A big draw of the 2-day festival is the Labor Day Car Show. It's held on the second day of the festival each year and sees participants showing souped-up cars and classic cars, motorcycles, and bikes. Registration is $15 per vehicle, with registration from 7 to 11 a.m. on Monday, September 2nd. The Cullman Tribune Pet of the Week, Mr. Higgins, is a shepherd mix who's approximately 1 year old. This young boy is an unassuming and remarkable fellow who loves to be in your company. He has low to medium energy and extremely respectful of personal space. Think of Mr. Higgins as the perfect gentleman who truly captures the nature of a sensitive companion or therapy dog. Come pay Mr. Higgins a visit today, and who knows, you may just find your new best fur friend. His adoption fee includes neuter, DHLPP vaccine, Bordetella vaccines, rabies vaccines, wormer, general exam at the vet, and a microchip. Contact the Cullman County Animal Shelter at 256-734-5448 or Cullman Animal Shelter at co.cullman.al.us. It's back to school time, and that means it's time for volunteers in Hanceville to begin preparing for the Knapsacks program for 2024 and 2025. The kickoff meeting is scheduled for August 7th at 10 a.m. in the Hanceville Civic Center. If you're not familiar with the Knapsack program, the group packs and sends food home for the weekends for students who might not otherwise have any or are facing food insecurity at home. Last year, the group served about 100 children a week. If your group volunteered last year, you should have received a text with that information. The organization is grateful for volunteers and is always looking for new groups to volunteer. If you would like to help out, please contact Facebook or Sabrina Ryan or attend the meeting on August 7th. Monetary donations can be made to Hanceville Knapsacks for Kids, care of Nancy Horton, P.O. Box 255, Hanceville, Alabama 35077. Now for a quick break before we look at the weather ahead and pay our respects with obituaries. I'll be right back after this message. Welcome back. Let's take a moment to pause and remember those who have lost their lives this week as we turn to obituaries. Andrew Joseph Honig. Funeral service for Andrew Joseph Honig, age 74, of Athens, is Saturday, August 3rd at 2 p.m. at Cullman Funeral Home Chapel. Visitation will be held at the chapel from noon to 2 p.m. and interment will be at Center Grove Cemetery. Ruby A. White. Ruby A. Denny White of Birmingham, Alabama, passed away on July 28th at the age of 94. Friends are invited to join the family for a time of visitation from noon until 1 p.m. on Thursday, August 1st, in the Holly Pond Funeral Home Chapel. Funeral services will begin at 1 p.m. and burial will follow services in Union Grove Cemetery, where Ruby will be laid to rest alongside her beloved Coy. Janice Graham Tucker. Janice Graham Tucker, age 74 of Cullman, went to be with the Lord on July 26th. Services will be held at Moss Service Funeral Home Chapel on July 30th. The family will receive friends from noon until the time of service at 2 p.m. Burial will follow at Bethel Methodist Church Cemetery. Louise Powell. Miss Dale Louise Powell, age 87 of Cullman, passed away at Cullman Regional Medical Center July 28th, surrounded by her family. Her celebration of life graveside service will be held on Wednesday, July 31st at Hamby's Chapel Cemetery on Eva Road. Her family will receive friends prior to the service from 12 to 12:30 p.m. at Moss Service Funeral Home. Richard Morris Kukurik Sr. Richard passed from this life Tuesday, July 30th at Cullman Regional Medical Center. Richard served proudly in the United States Marine Corps. A celebration of life with military honors for Richard Morris Kukurik Sr. is Friday, August 2nd at 3 p.m. at Cullman Funeral Home Chapel. Visitation time with the family will be from 2 to 3 p.m. prior to the service. Sherry G. Allison. Sherry G. Allison, age 84, formerly of Peoria, Illinois, passed away peacefully on July 30th in Cullman. No services are planned at this time. Douglas MacArthur Haygood. Douglas MacArthur Haygood, age 82, of Cullman, Alabama, passed away on Sunday, July 28th. Services for Douglas will be held August 2nd and 3rd at Moss Service Funeral Home. Family will receive friends for a visitation on Friday, August 2nd from 6 to 9 p.m. On Saturday, August 3rd, there will be a lie-in state from 10 to 11 a.m., followed by a funeral service at 11 a.m. Moss Service Funeral Home directing. Douglas will be laid to rest in Cullman City Cemetery. That finishes up obituaries for today. Our thoughts and prayers go out to their families and friends. Now, let's take a look at today's weather forecast. Today will be sunny with a high near 95 and a heat index value as high as 106. Tonight should be mostly clear with a low of around 74. Tomorrow has a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms after 1 p.m. Otherwise sunny with a high near 95 and heat index values as high as 102. And tomorrow night also has a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms before 1 a.m. Mostly clear with a low of around 72. That concludes another edition of Cullman Today. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back bright and early tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m. I'm Cheyenne Sharp with Cullman Today, wishing you an awesome Thursday, Cullman.